told y'all show business was a snaky business. I've already been snaked by several people on YouTube and other social media, so I know firsthand. But it's got to definitely climb the ladder to the highest ranks. Now, this is a rumor, so I hope it's not true. I hope that Bob Iger is not this type of person. But apparently, he may have set up Kathleen Kennedy to be the fall guy, the fall girl for Star Wars. The scapegoat. So, did Bob Iger set up Kathleen Kennedy? Well, let's check this rumor out. Let's speculate. Let's talk. Let's discuss on whether it's true or not. The Den of Nerds has heard from a source that Bob Iger made Kathleen Kennedy his Star Wars scapegoat, with the Disney CEO behind many of the Lucasfilm's failings. You can watch the whole video right here. Okay, so they did a video on it. I will definitely check that video out. The video first reminds viewers that the Ben Solo Kylo Ren movie from Steven Soderbergh that Adam Driver said that Bob Iger nuked. This was the impetus. I'm sorry, I just damn buzzsaw outside. I've got this tree that's been overhanging certain things. My neighbor's been complaining about it. I made sure that I got things taken care of, and they're probably doing it now. So that's probably what's going on right now. If not, there's something else going on. It's either a blow, one of the blowers, leaf blower. Something's going on outside. I don't know. So anyway, the Adam Driver said that Bob Iger nuked. This was the impetus for Josh Lucas and the Den of Nerds to look into whether this was something that happened more often with Lucasfilm. That Bob Iger made some of the big decisions, including many of the ones for which Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy took the blame. Let me see here. Josh then reveals information he got from a source, and while he qualifies that this is not official and that he has not first-hand knowledge, he also says that this person is the best and most plugged-in source Josh has. One who has given him accurate information in the past. And that source told Josh that much of what is quote-unquote common knowledge about Kathleen Kennedy and the decisions made since Disney bought Lucasfilm is not exactly correct. Now check this out. This makes me think of how, we've heard she's going to get fired all these other times, right? Maybe that's the reason why. If this is true, maybe that's the reason why she's not fired. If she's not directly responsible for certain things and decisions, but she's being used as a scapegoat, how can you really fire her? I mean, she's powerful enough to get a great lawyer and fire back and get paid very well for them to do the deep dive and digging to find out really who made certain decisions, if this is true, right? To begin, Bob Iger does not like George Lucas or the prequel trilogy. That being the case, Bob Iger wanted to cancel the Clone Wars, the animated series set in the prequel era. Kathleen Kennedy wanted to let the show continue and had to fight tooth and nail for the truncated final season she ended up getting, which was not how Dave Filoni wanted to end the series. Filoni's original plan was to adapt the novel Darth Maul, the son of Dathomir, which pitted Darth Maul against Darth Sidious, the future Emperor Palpatine. Bob Iger said no. Now, I would have loved to watch something like that. Another idea that is completely Iger is turning the fourth season of The Mandalorian into the upcoming film The Mandalorian and Grogu, because he wanted a Star Wars movie in theaters. The fourth season, which has some scripts that were completely done, would have heavily featured Boba Fett and would have repaired his character. Hopefully. Following his appearance on the Book of Boba Fett, which was not well received. The source told Josh that Din Djarin, the titular Mandalorian played by Pedro Pascal, has his helmet off in the movie for about 10 minutes, which violates his beliefs. Iger, along with his contemporary successor, Bob Chapek, also stopped Obi-Wan Kenobi from being made as a movie and turned it into a Disney Plus show with a smaller budget. I wish he hadn't did that. That show overall really ended up practically being a big old piece of trash. Wasn't even about Obi-Wan. Iger was also responsible for the rise of Skywalker, bringing J.J. Abrams back for the final film in the sequel trilogy. Iger then refused to delay the film, ending production 3 months earlier so that Rise of Skywalker could make its release date. In fact, Iger's fingerprints are apparently all over the sequel trilogy, particularly in the treatment of Luke Skywalker, the original trilogy's hero, Kathleen Kennedy. According to this source's report, wanted Rey and Luke to be the primary focus. Oh, really? Of the sequel trilogy. Iger wanted to get rid of the Skywalkers and make Luke a bad mentor to Rey. I hope to God this is not true. The sources report also say that Bob Iger put a stop to a Darth Bane series and an Old Republic movie trilogy. Kathleen Kennedy reportedly wanted to keep George Lucas's original scripts, but Iger threw them out. If this is true, like, she has been the poster child for much of the hate that the fans give to this new Disney Star Wars. Like, if this is true, do you know how this is? Oh my God. What if she really is a great person? Oh my God. Many of these decisions were made for motives. See, and that's why I never do witch hunts for people and all that type of stuff. People do hate brigades and they do all this stuff where they try to send their minions after people and, they slander, literally put out direct lies. All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's different when people talk about when people speculate, when you're like, okay, there's a rumor going on. Is it true? Is it not true? You can hope it's true. You can hope it's not true. You can be more apt to believe certain things based on certain dots that are connected. It's fine to speculate. But some people go out, they full slander, they lie, they say someone else is the fall guy for the blame, all that stuff. No, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is, if they really are aren't responsible, you could have, caused certain things in their lives, So many of these decisions were made for motives typically ascribed to Kathleen Kennedy. Iger wanted Star Wars to become Disney's version rather than George Lucas, removing Luke as the saga's central hero and turning Rey, the Disney character, into protagonist. This gels with the sequel's essential undoing Luke's accomplishments and goals and those of other characters from the original trilogy and handing them to Rey. Wow, man. So basically, it ends saying, has he been doing this? Has he been sitting there letting her take all the blame, letting her be the scapegoat behind the scenes? He's doing, man. I hope this ain't true, bull. That's wild because she's been taking the blame for years. And then the thing with trying to think of the right word. Oh, the thing with South Park. I mean, like, South Park is so huge. South Park can sway public opinion of you, like on a mass scale. I'm not talking about small stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, YouTube beef and corny stuff like that. Nah, I'm talking about on a mass scale. If South Park does something on you, if they paint you in a good light, it can work wonders for you. They paint you in a bad light, it can really F you up. Whether it's true or not, on either side. Whether, you know what I mean? Post comments down below. Let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed my thoughts on this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo!